I'm Jim Haler. I'm product manager for Yamaha drums. We're here at NAMM 2014 with our friends from Rupp's. First thing we're going to talk about is a new Absolute Maple Hybrid kit. This kit was 3 years in the making, building a series of different prototypes, ply layups, bearing edge combinations, and then testing to get the ultimate sounding drum with our artists. Spec-wise, with the toms, floor toms, and snare drums, it's a 7-ply shell. So you have 3 plies of North American maple, a ply of Wenge, and 3 more plies of maple. The bass drum is 9-ply, so it's 4, 1, and 4. For bearing edges, we found that with this ply configuration, 45-degree edges on the toms, snares, and floor toms worked best. But with the bass drum, we used our PHX bearing edges, so it's got a little sharper cut, 60-degree edge, to get the best balance of attack and sustain out of this drum. We streamlined the yes tom bracket, so we made the metal plate a little bit smaller. We covered with a composite plate to kind of shroud it a little bit, so you really get to see more of the beauty of the finish. And then we still kept our aluminum die-cast hoops and went with the hook lug. We found that that combination with the bearing edges, the ply layups, the hoops, the lugs, that whole recipe made the best sounding drum. Then after we did that, we developed 10 really high gloss, really nice finishes. So we got something from the orange sparkle that's a little wild to some of the things like our classic walnut, our vintage natural, black. We've got some champagne sparkle, all lacquers. So we've got something that's going to appeal to anyone. We've got our new smaller low mass bass drum mount that we brought out when we launched the live custom kit. The bass drum spur is the same leg on the right and the left, and then on the snare drums we're using the new Q class piston drive strainer. We're doing bass drums in 18, 20, 22, and 24. The 24 and the 22 are actually available in a 14-inch depth as well. So we're really trying to kind of capitalize on that whole vibe that, you know, the thinner bass drums are really in right now, and the fact that a lot of working drummers are driving smaller cars, so the smaller bass drums easier to carry around town for gigs and stuff. We're doing the toms in 8 through 13 in 2 different depths. Our floor toms we're doing 14, 13, 16, 15, and 18, 16 on the floor toms. Now we've got several pre-configured kits. We have your basic 22, 10, 12, 16 with a snare drum added to it. We're doing a 20 that's a 20 by 16 and a 10, 12, 14 with a snare. We're going to be stocking a 24 by 14, 13, 9, 16, 15, 18, 16 with a snare drum. And then we're going to be stocking a 22, 14, 10, 12, 16 with a snare drum. So we're going to have configurations and colors that will fit just about anyone's style. And then there's 3 colors, the solid black, the vintage natural, and the red autumn. We're going to be stocking really deep inventory in every size. So all this will be stocked on our warehouse in Chicago, so that we'll be able to get all this to our customers in a really short period of time. Okay, we'll move from the Absolute Maple Hybrid, we're going to move over to Stage Custom Birch. The Stage Custom Birch has kind of been the meat and potatoes of the Yamaha line for a long, long time. We have several significant upgrades for this year. What we did is we went with a thicker 8-ply bass drum, and then the toms are still 6-ply, but we used a thicker ply. The same concept that we did with the live custom. So you get a little more of that woody birch tonal characteristic out of it. We went with jazz-sized toms, so we have 10 by 12, 10 by 7, 12 by 8, and a 16 by 15 floor tom. Or in our smaller 20-inch configuration, you have the 20-inch bass drum, 10 by 7, 12 by 8, 14 by 13. Now, we added the Absolute lug, so we have 1 screw holding the lug onto the shell, so we have a little less metal inside the shell for a more organic sound. We have zinc die-cast claws on the bass drum, and we upgraded the spurs, so a little beefier spur, and then took the snare drum from 8 lugs and beefed it up to a 10-lug snare drum, while keeping the price the same. And then for anyone ordering online, the whole 5-piece kit ships in 1 box, so you'll save on shipping as well. And then when you want hardware, you can decide which hardware you want. We've got 2 different styles of 600, from single braced and double braced 600 series. We have our standard 700 series single braced, or if you really want the heavy duty stuff, we've also got our 800 series, all available in a pre-pack. Now we kept the 4 most popular colors, the honey amber, the cranberry red, the natural wood, and the raven black, but then we added what we call pure white. So it's a solid gloss white lacquer. Got a beautiful shine to it. So for the school, the worship market, people looking for something a little bit, you know, more subdued, it's a great kit for that market. So with the upgrades, price remaining the same, you know, it's a great value in our drum set. So from NAMM 2014 with our friends at Rupp's, I'm Jim Haler with Yamaha Drums. Thanks for stopping by.